It's 8:57 a.m., and you're sitting in your car before work. The engine is off, but you're still gripping the steering wheel like you're about to go on stage. You run through what you'll say in the meeting. You picture people's faces. You adjust your tone in your head. And the strange part is, nothing dramatic is happening. It's just a normal Tuesday. So why does it feel like you're about to perform? What you may be experiencing is performance pressure, the quiet sense that you're being evaluated, even in ordinary moments. In this video, I want to slow down and look at why that feeling shows up, and what it's really trying to do. Performance pressure isn't only about big stages or job interviews. It's when everyday life starts to feel like a test. You speak, and part of you watches how you're speaking. You make a choice, and part of you grades it. Even when no one says anything, you feel observed. One common reason is growing up around high expectations that were rarely spoken out loud. Maybe no one yelled. Maybe no one demanded perfection. But praise felt tied to results. Good grades, good behavior, good timing. Over time, your mind may have learned that being accepted depends on doing well. So now, even simple things, like telling a story at dinner or sharing an opinion in a meeting, can feel like small auditions. It's not that you want attention. It's that you've quietly linked being safe with being impressive. Sometimes, it comes from moments when being off had consequences. You might remember a time you misspoke and someone laughed. Or you made a mistake and it stayed with you longer than you expected. Your mind doesn't forget those flashes easily. It keeps them as reference points. So now, before you speak or try something new, it runs a quick scan. What could go wrong? Even if the room is kind, your body prepares as if it isn't. That's how performance pressure can follow you into spaces that are already safe. There's also a quieter reason that doesn't get named as often. We live in a world where almost everything is visible. Posts, updates, metrics, reactions. You see how others present themselves, polished, confident, quick. And without meaning to, you compare your behind-the-scenes thoughts to their highlight reel. When that comparison becomes constant, it can start to feel like you're always being measured. Even a casual conversation can feel like something that needs to be optimized. So you rehearse. You adjust. You try to stay one step ahead of judgment that may not even be there. It's a weekday afternoon, and you're on a video call with 9 little squares on the screen. Your camera is on. You can see yourself in the corner, slightly delayed. You notice your posture. You wonder if you look distracted. Someone asks a question you actually have a good answer for. You start to speak, then pause. You adjust the wording in your head. By the time you're ready, someone else has already filled the silence. The meeting moves on, but you don't. You replay it quietly. I could have said that better. I sounded unsure. I looked awkward. If you've been there, you're not strange. You might know someone who lives like this. This is what performance pressure can look like when it slips into normal life. It doesn't scream. It just keeps you slightly tense, slightly aware, slightly editing yourself. The hard part is that this pattern can make you look composed on the outside. You're thoughtful, careful, prepared. But inside, it's tiring. Because you're never fully just there. You're acting and observing at the same time. When you notice this happening, it can help to separate the moment from the imaginary audience. After a conversation or meeting, pause for a minute and ask, what actually happened? Not what might have been judged. Just the facts. Maybe you answered one question. Maybe you missed another. Maybe no one reacted strongly at all. Writing down 2 or 3 plain details can gently bring you back from the performance stage into real life. This works because performance pressure feeds on vague fear. It grows when the audience is undefined. When you name what truly occurred, the stage lights dim a little. The room becomes smaller, more human. Another quiet practice is letting one moment be slightly imperfect on purpose. Not dramatically. Not recklessly. Just small. Leave a sentence unpolished. Speak without rehearsing every word. Post something without rereading it 5 times. Notice what happens. In many cases, nothing catastrophic follows. The world keeps moving. This isn't about proving anything. It's about gathering evidence that not every moment is a performance review. Over time, your mind can start to loosen its grip. Not because you forced it to relax, but because it slowly sees that safety doesn't always depend on perfection. But there's something else here that matters. Performance pressure often comes from wanting to belong. From wanting to be respected. from wanting to be seen in a good light. Those are deeply human desires. There's nothing wrong with caring how you show up. The issue isn't caring. It's carrying the weight of constant evaluation, even when no one asked you to. You may have learned to be the reliable one, the impressive one, the one who doesn't mess up. And that identity can feel stable. It can even feel comforting. But it can also box you in. This is for people who look calm, but feel like they're always on. People who prepare for normal conversations like they're preparing for a speech. People who replay simple interactions long after everyone else has moved on. If that's been your experience, it doesn't mean you're dramatic or overly sensitive. It may just mean your mind learned to treat visibility as risk. Performance pressure often sounds like, do it right. Say it well. Don't slip. But underneath, it might simply be, stay accepted. And when you see it that way, something softens. You're not trying to impress the world every second. You're trying to feel secure in it. That's a very human thing. Maybe next time you're sitting in your car before work, hands on the wheel, you can notice the tension without turning it into a verdict. Maybe you can let one sentence come out unedited. Maybe you can allow yourself to be present instead of polished. Not perfectly relaxed. Just slightly less on stage. Because life isn't an endless performance. And you're allowed to exist in it without auditioning.